And today I am checking in to wrap up our series around procrastination. So let me give a quick recap of the previous video. In that video, we talked about if I am putting off doing something, it's either because of one of two things. Either I have a desire to move towards pleasure or away from pain. Let me give you a quick example of how that works, right? So let's look at it from a health and wellness standpoint. Let's say I've made a decision to get back on track with my diet. I've made a decision, this is it, I'm going all in. But then I have to take a business trip. And as I am preparing to leave and get to my gate, the whiff of a Cinnabon catches my nose. I don't know if anybody out there loves Cinnabon like I do, right? So I've made a decision. I was committed to that decision. But when I smelled the Cinnabon, the desire for pleasure took me off track. I gave in, I got the Cinnabon, and I said, you know what? I'll restart again on Monday. I wonder if anybody has ever been there. Or if my desire is to move away from pain. Let's say it's Saturday, and I know that I need to get to the grocery store and get my food so that I can be set up for success this week. But I get dressed, I put on my shoes, and I say, at such and such time, I'm gonna get going. But then that time rolls around, and all I can think about is having to get in the car and drive to the grocery store and go through that process and wait in the line. And before I know it, I have talked myself out of it, because when I think about going to the grocery store, all I can feel is pain. So ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm not doing something, it's either because I'm moving towards pleasure or I'm moving away from pain. Now, in the last video, I gave you a hint. I said, listen, if you can get to the root of what's stopping you from taking action, that is so powerful, because then you can use that to create an action plan that actually takes you forward and allows you to accomplish the goal that you have been putting off. So let's talk about what that looks like. So if my desire is to move away from pain, then what I need to do is actually inject some pain so that I can take action, right? Because what is happening is, in the moment, I am so turned off by the pain that I think I'm going to experience from following through on my goal that I don't take action. But when you really think about it, down the road, pain is going to come if I don't act, right? So what I need to do is move that pain of not taking action forward so that it becomes the bigger priority. So if it's a health and wellness goal, maybe I want to get back to a certain size, then maybe I need to take a picture of myself. I need to take an honest look of where I am and put it somewhere where I can see it so that it confronts me. And the pain from confronting where I am challenges me to take action. On the other hand, if I'm motivated by pleasure, then it's not going to do me any good to take a picture of where I am now and let that serve as my motivation, because that's going to induce pain and that's not going to move me to action. But maybe, just maybe, I should go back into my files and I should find a picture of myself when I was at my ideal weight, when I was feeling and looking my best, I was happy and I could see it on my face. No, I want to pull that picture out and I want to put it somewhere that I can see it, because that will cause me to think back about those good old days and how I felt, and it will inspire me to want to get back to that place. So the key, ladies and gentlemen, is understanding what moves me to action, not what makes me feel good, but what moves me to action. Is it pain or is it pleasure? If it's pain, I need to bring the pain forward of, if I don't take action, what's going to happen? I'm going to stay where I am, and that will inspire me to move forward. If it's pleasure, then I need to bring pleasure back into the mix, and I need to connect the fact that I'm taking action with bringing me closer to the ultimate pleasure that I want. I hope that you have found this helpful. Drop me a note in the comments to let me know your thoughts, whether you want to hear more on this or other topics. If you like it, go ahead and give it a like so that I know that this was of value to you. And please feel free to share it with your friends out there in social media land so that they could be educated and inspired too. You can also find more tips on our website at www.265point.com. Have a great day. God bless.